Hello there, my name is Katie and you're watching my channel Superconsole, where I'm finally getting around to bringing you my review of ARMS, the wacky fighter from Nintendo exclusive to the Nintendo Switch. It's always nice to see Nintendo dabbling in a new IP, especially after the recent success of Splatoon, so when ARMS was announced back in January's Nintendo Switch Direct Showcase, it's safe to say I was a little intrigued, if not slightly skeptical. But I had little reason to worry. ARMS is a bold, bright and colourful fighter with unique character designs, a fun aesthetic and interesting and often beautiful stages to fight on. As a game focusing, although not limited to, motion controls, it really stands out from the rest of the games in the genre. Produced by Kosuke Yabuki, who has worked on the Mario Kart series since Mario Kart Wii in 2008, and most recently producing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on Nintendo Switch, as well as some of his Mario Kart team, it's clear where Mario Kart's insight and polish has rubbed off on ARMS. The game is shipped with 10 individual and eccentric fighters, with the promise of more on the way via free updates. Basic combat is easy to pick up and understand, with control inputs varying depending on what controller type you're using. With the Joy-Cons attached and gripped in the thumbs up position in each hand, you throw literal punches with each arm to deal damage, thrusting both forward to a grab and crossing defensively to block. While many players swear by motion controls, personally I prefer using the Joy-Con grip or Pro Controller, which I found gives me more control over my movements and allows me to target with more precision. Fights are short and fast paced, and a good matchup can be seriously exhilarating, constantly strafing and jumping to avoid each incoming fist, carefully watching and analysing your opponent to look for a weakness or an opening, and powering up before you deal that final devastating blow. Behind its simplistic, friendly and virtually non-existent tutorial, ARMS hides a clear layer of depth to its fighting mechanic, with each of the game's characters having their own unique abilities and weight classes. For example, Master Mummy the heavyweight with the ability to gain HP back when blocking, or my personal favourite, the speedy noodle-armed Min Min, whose left arm will become a dragon and charge her weapons for longer if she successfully lands a throw. Learning the pros and cons of each character and how best to even the playing field of a seemingly unequal matchup is the key to success in ARMS, as well as experimenting with each of the fighters' interchangeable arm sets, which sometimes can take the form of things like missile launchers, standard boxing gloves of elemental power-ups, or even giant hammers. In my time playing ARMS, I've always found it to run smoothly, with fast load times, stable gameplay, and quick matchmaking with minimal waiting time from lobby to fight screen. Other than the single player Grand Prix tournament mode against AIs with tiered difficulty, there's a versus mode for you to play locally with a friend, online ranked mode which becomes available after you've smashed level 4 on the Grand Prix, and then there's the game's real shining star, party mode, a friendly space for you to take part in random game modes online either by yourself in a lobby or by teaming up with a friend. Games can switch from classic 1v1 to 3v all, basketball, skill shot, volleyball minigames, boss battles and 2v2 where you're tethered to a partner, which I found both fun and frustrating at times, depending on who my buddy was. Unfortunately, there's no way of choosing which of these modes you get to play in party mode, although you are given the choice in versus, so for online matches you just have to wait and see for each mode to randomly pop up. Personally, I wish there was more backstory to the tournament mode, other than a few lines of fighter facts which pop up pre-match. I wanted to know how these guys actually got their stretchy arms, or hair in Twintel's case, why Metallica's impossible, extendable robot suit got accepted into the league, and whether it's morally right for 2-year-old Helix to be getting beat up in the first place. With characters this fun and quirky, it's hard not to want to know more about them. But really the key issue with ARMS is that in its current state, there just doesn't feel like there's enough content to keep bringing players back, even with the promise of more drip-fed content a la Splatoon, with new fighters, arms and stages on the way. For me, it just feels like it's a little lacking at the moment, with the same game modes and stages on loop, even if the backing tracks are insanely catchy and upbeat. Will it supersede Splatoon and now Splatoon 2 for the new online Nintendo gaming crown? I highly doubt it. But is it fun to play, an absolute treat to look at, and full of fighting style depth to keep you scrabbling through the online rank system well after you've destroyed the offline tournament mode? Absolutely yes. And does it have one of the catchiest theme tunes going? Without a doubt. Thank you very much for watching my review. If you found this useful, please make sure you hit that like button and let me know your thoughts on the game in the comments. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more Japanese gaming and anime goodness, and otherwise I'll see you on the next one. Bye!